Okay, today I'm going to show the technique of the reverse wing dry fly. I'm using an olive thread, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to start about 2 eyes back, wrap forward, and wrap a nice base, keeping everything a little flat, and I'm going to wrap all the way back to the hook point. And I'm going to go ahead and cut my tag off. And for the wings, I'm going to be using some hackle off the bottom. And as you can, off the bottom of a hackle. So it's somewhat like this. And I pull them out of the back side here where the barbules are still stiff, but very long. And I'm going to tie these in backwards. So I've stripped my stems here, shining side to shining side, and I've stripped my stems. And I'm going to go ahead and somewhat hold them. Pull it back just like that. I want to hold them because I'm about as far back as I can go without losing any barbules. So again, I'm going to straighten these up, and I'm going to do them just like that. And I'm going to wrap my thread all the way back to my tie-in point, and I'm going to reach in here, pinch, and then come straight down. And as you can see, they're mounting right on the hook shank, just like that. I'm going to give them one more. So I'm going to take these stems and I'm going to kind of pull and pull each way. I'm pulling this way and I'm pulling that way. And now, as you can see, I've acquired a decent looking shape here. See what I'm trying to show you? Right there is what I'm looking for. And there. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and start wrapping gently backwards. And I'm going to keep wrapping, keeping the stems on top, but I'm not pulling those stems very hard. I'm just keeping them on top, wrapping, touching wraps all the way back to that hook barb, creating a nice, even, shiny body. And as I get back, I start cinching down. And I get to right where that bend is at, and I pick these things up, and I'm looking at the length of my tail, and I'm going to look at the density of it, and then I'm going to shave out everything here. So now then, from here, I'm going to go ahead and pull up the size that I'm looking for, right about there. And I'm going to go ahead and clean these up. I got a couple of extra long ones over here. Yep. There we go. And now I'm going to go ahead and wrap back again to cinch them down. And I'm going to come underneath them. Slide up. And then wrap up. Creating a nice body. Now I get to my wings and I pull them all the way back. I wrap past them onto the shank and then wrap back to them. Stand them up right at the base. You can't hurt these things. And I'm going to come right back, do it one more time. Keeping my diameter here the best I can, even for my hackle later on. Take a hook, pinch it right next to itself from underneath like this. And now it kind of goes 1.5 up, just like that. Kind of flay them all out. You now can take your tweezers or your fingers, I prefer tweezers, and you can literally reach in and pull and clean them up. And now you can start to see the wings starting to form. It's kind of neat. You're using old hackle that you wouldn't use for anything else, maybe other than streamers. And now with that, I'm going to take my thread and I'm going to come right in between them and wrap around, starting to X-wrap them. And just go ahead and put them where you want them. Just like that. They're very durable. Very, very durable. Wrap a couple in front. And as you can see, they're starting to really take shape. And so I'm going to go ahead and cut this one little guy out. just like that. So now I'm going to reach in and do a couple more just to make sure. When I'm doing this, I'm coming in from behind and then pulling that thread back to stand those wings up even more. Okay, now I'm going to leave my thread behind the wings, and I'm going to go ahead and take my grizzly. For my blue wings, I like grizzly for the legs. And I'm going to go ahead and splay them out. And I'm going to look, and that's about the right size. And this feather's a little short, but I think we can make it work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to strip here and strip here, giving myself a handle. Now the stem is oblong, so I'm going to put the shiny side to me, and I'm not going to try and tie it in like this or like this. I'm going to tie it in sideways because it is oblong, and this is going to keep it from rolling around. So I'm going to put one wrap in back, another wrap in back. Now I'm going to lay this right in between them feathers, and notice how I'm coming forward, 1, 2, without tension. I'm going to go ahead and pick these up and make sure that it's right on top. Now, I'm going to start my naked stem right behind the eye right here. And now I'm going to go ahead and continue wrapping a little more forward, locking that in. So that's going to be the starting point of my hackle, wrapping backwards. I'm going to wrap right underneath and wrap right here. And now, picking my stem up from behind, I'm going to clip it. And by doing this, I've kept a nice surface. So now I can take my hackle and start. Notice the thread's still hanging behind the wings. So I'm going to wrap backwards. 1, 2, 3. And now I'm going to cross under. 1. If it wants to lay like that, lay backwards, then what you've done is you've crossed under your wings at too hard of an angle. So I'm going to go one more in front because evidently I'm not there, like that. And now as I come around, you can see how it's standing up. Just like that. Okay, there's 2. And now on my third one, I'm going to follow this up. And I'm going to wrap a couple here. Then I'm going to zig underneath, pull those wings back. And I'm going to zig underneath without trapping any barbules coming forward to the hook eye. I can reach right in here, cut the stem, and I can go ahead and clean up anything I found back here because it's definitely not going to come undone at all. Okay, so now let's go ahead and finish off with a 1/2 hitch. Size it up to that hook eye. You don't really need to worry about anything unraveling because you've already wrapped through the hackle and around those wings. But I'm actually forming a nice head because I like the head and I like to be able to get my eyes clear and open. So there's the wings. I can take these guys, splay them out just like that because the hackle's kind of got them squished. There we go, somewhat. And as you can see, there is a nice blue wing olive that's going to sit on the water. Tails are at about the length of this, maybe a smidge longer. I'm not too concerned. I got a couple here. I can go ahead and trim out. If they really bother me. And there we have it. Now, you can see the fly, how it's hackled. Nice straight up and down. Get anything sticking out on the backside, you can trim it if you want. But this is a very durable. You can see me pushing on. Do that to a regular dry fly, and them wings will just collapse right down. Very durable, floats well. There's nothing here to unravel. Let's put a little glue here. Notice right in that thorax, which is going to capillary action right up into those wings and the half hitch and everything else. And there you have it. A reverse wing, reverse hackle, dry fly, blue wing olive.